Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Kristi. On my channel, I share a lot of meal preps, meal plans, grocery hauls, what's for dinner videos. In today's video, this is a different kind of video than I normally do. I have had a couple requests, one to do an Amazon Favs video, which I haven't quite got that one done yet. And the other one was to give like my top 10 food items that have helped me to lose weight. And so when I went through my pantry, my fridge, my freezer, I actually came up with 25. So I'm going to share with you today 25 items that have helped me to lose weight on my weight loss journey. Some of these are staples that I use all the time, and some of them are just things that I wanted to share with you that are low in points or calories. So I'm currently following the WW program, but I do provide points for all three programs on my channel, and I also provide calories as well, but you certainly don't need to be on any type of weight loss journey to get tips and ideas for my channel. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm going to start with the cold things so I can get those put away first. So for the first item, I'm actually going to have to put a picture on the screen to show you what it looks like because I've already taken it out of the package and put it in one of my reusable bags, but that is Canadian bacon. Canadian bacon I love having. You can actually have 4 slices of Canadian bacon for 1 point, and that is on all programs. And the Canadian bacon is also, if you're counting calories, it's 20 calories per slice. So that is one that I absolutely love having. Another thing, keeping with the meats, is turkey pepperoni. I love turkey pepperoni as a snack and also to make like homemade pizzas. You can have 15 slices for 1 point or 25 slices for 2 points. If you're counting calories, it is 70 calories for 17 slices. To have this as a snack, I like to use them with Laughing Cow cheese. These are little wedges. They actually come in a round. I'll put a picture up above. They come like in a round container. There are 8 wedges in each one. These are 1 point per wedge, but I will let you know that depending on the type you get, some of them are 3 points for 2 wedges. Some of them are 2 points for 2 wedges. So I did a little bit of research and I found that the light Swiss scans out at 1 for 1 or 3 points for 2. But if you use the garlic and herb and I believe the pepper jack kind, then those ones come out to just 2 points for 2 wedges. So make sure to scan it into your app to see how many points it's scanning at. And calories, these are 25 calories for the light Swiss and I believe 35 for the others, but I think each one is different calories, so definitely double check on that. What I like to do with these is put them on any type of crackers, pretzels. I used to use these with pretzel crisps all the time until I found that I was having a little bit problem with overeating on pretzel crisps. So that is something I used to do with these. The other thing that you can do is take 1 cheese wedge and count out your 15 slices of pepperoni and just put a light layer of cheese in each pepperoni. And then you can even put like a banana pepper in there and just fold it up and you've got yourself a snack. So 15 of those would be 2 points between the turkey pepperoni and the wedge. Since we're on cheese, I'm also going to talk about, yes, this is very processed, so if you don't like the overly processed cheese, then you won't like this. This is Velveeta slices, and these are 1 point for a slice. If you go up to 2 slices, then it becomes 3 points. For calories, this is 35 calories per slice. So if you're getting value out of this video, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really does help me. It lets me know that you like these type of videos, and it also lets YouTube know that you're enjoying my content, which of course helps me in the long run. I really appreciate it. All right. The other thing is potatoes. I have 2 different kind of potatoes here. If you are on the purple plan, your potatoes are 0. You do have to watch because some of the potatoes have different things in them. Some of them have oil, some of them have sugar. So double check and scan them. The Ore-Ida shredded hash browns are 0. I believe the Great Value shredded hash browns are 0, and so are the Season's Choice from Aldi. But again, double check on your scanner, make sure. So that's just on purple. If you are on blue or green, you can have 1.5 cups of these for 2 points. The other thing is sliced potatoes, canned potatoes. I've had actually a lot of comments when I use these canned potatoes on my channel. These fry up in a pan real nice for like breakfast potatoes. I like to use these in my breakfast bowls. I just use these and some meat and eggs and they come out really nice. You can buy them sliced or they also have them in like small whole potatoes. These are 0 points on purple. For blue and green, it is 2 points for 2/3 of a cup. If you're counting calories, it's 60 calories for 2/3 of a cup. And on the hash browns, if you're counting calories, it's 60 calories for 1 1/4 cups. Another thing I have is Dannon Light and Fit Greek yogurt. This kind is strawberry cheesecake. I love this kind. It tastes so good. A lot of times I didn't used to like yogurt, like the fat-free yogurt, because it tasted fat-free to me. This kind is really good. It's really creamy, really smooth. I love this kind. Calories on this is 80 calories for the container. And like I said, 2 points on all programs. The other thing I wouldn't live without, my sugar-free coffee mate. This is the French vanilla flavor. For this kind, the serving size is 1 tablespoon, which is 15 calories if you're counting calories. 1 tablespoon is the equivalent of 15 milliliters. I like quite a bit in mine, so what I usually do, you can actually have 17 milliliters for 0 points, which is a little bit over the 1 tablespoon. You can have 49 milliliters for 1 point, or you can have 82 milliliters for 2 points. So that's usually what I do. I have 2 cups of coffee, so I just take the 82 milliliters, so I count my coffee as 2, and then I usually put like 41 milliliters in each cup of coffee. That is my favorite creamer. The other thing I like, and these I use with my breakfast bowls with my potatoes, these are the Never Any Country style chicken breast sausage. These are really good. You get these at Aldi's. They're 1 point per link, and these are 45 calories per link. Those are really good. They make sure if you get these, there's also, I think, like a maple kind. Make sure not to get the maple. That will be higher in points and I imagine calories as well. The next thing I have that I don't usually have too much, but I do like to have these just as kind of a last minute if I don't get breakfast in. These are Equate brand protein shakes. These are basically the Walmart brand of Premier Protein. These are 2 points for the entire thing. Calories is 160 calories for the whole thing. This is not, a lot of times the protein drinks to me taste real kind of like gritty. This kind is pretty good. It doesn't taste overly gritty. I know a lot of people that use this in their coffee for like a creamer. There is also a caramel kind. I've tried the caramel kind in my coffee and I just prefer the regular creamer in mine. But if you're into that, definitely try that. It would be even less points because you're sure not going to use this whole thing in your coffee. So those are just something I like to have in my fridge in case I just need a snack in the afternoon, something with protein. It has 30 grams of protein in it. And I've also used these like in place of a breakfast as well. I personally, for me, because of the low calories, it's only 160 calories, that is really low for me. I don't really like to only have a 2 point breakfast or 160 calories. So I would definitely not do this all the time. But if it's something, you know, if it's a morning that I miss breakfast, then I would use that. The last cold thing I have is orange juice. So if you're an orange juice lover like my husband, you don't like the fact that most orange juices are 6 points for 1 cup. So this is the Trop 50. This is no pulp, calcium, and vitamin D. This is 50% less sugar and calories. For this kind, instead of the 6 points for a cup of orange juice, it's only 3 points. It's half the points in calories. So 3 points for 1 cup. Or if you just are like me and you just want that little bit of taste of orange juice with your breakfast, you can have half a cup for just 1 point. So that's usually what I do. And if you're counting calories, 50 calories per 8 ounce serving. So very low on calories compared to regular orange juice. All right, let me get this cold stuff put away and then I'll show you the rest. Okay, moving on. The next thing that I want to show you is spray butter. This is the I Can't Believe It's Not Butter brand. I believe they also have a Pancake brand as well. This kind is really good. You can have 20 sprays for 0 points. If you are counting calories, it is 0. So this is really good to use like just to spray your pan while you're cooking, or just to use like on vegetables, potatoes instead of butter. It's very rare that I use butter anymore. I just always use the spray butter. The next thing that I have is these wraps. So the first thing is Extreme Wellness, the Olay Extreme Wellness wraps. These are high fiber. These are only 1 point per wrap. And if you're counting calories, it's 50 calories per wrap. These are very thin, so they're not overly hardy. Let me just show you how big they are. So I have kind of small hands, but you can kind of get an idea of the size. But see, they're very flimsy, but these are great. I make breakfast burritos with these. I have made little pizzas with them. I don't prefer those for pizzas though. I like these more for like breakfast wraps or lunch wraps, like a turkey wrap. For pizzas, I like to use these. This is the Aldi version of the lavash bread. So this is the Fit and Active. This is just the multigrain with flax. These are 100 calories per serving or 2 points for a flatbread. So let me show you the size of these. So as you can see, those are pretty good. We made these, we made little pizzas with these and they were pretty good. I suggest baking these in the oven first, just because otherwise they do come out a little bit soggy. Or I would suggest don't put your sauce on them. Like maybe dip it in the sauce after it's done. Sometimes that helps when you're making pizzas. The next thing I want to show is pancake mix. If you watch my channel, you know that I love pancake bakes. I make all different kind of pancake bakes, and this is basically what I use for them. It's the Kodiak Cakes, Power Cakes, Flapjack, and Waffle Mix. This is the buttermilk flavor. This kind is 5 points for a half a cup. If you're counting calories, it's 190 calories for a half a cup. I have also used the Birch Benders kind. This is the same points, 5 points for the half a cup if you're counting calories. This one is a little bit less. It's 180 calories for the half a cup. And this is 10 grams of protein per serving, and it's the plant protein. So I have used this kind. I prefer this kind over this one, but they're both good, honestly. The other things that I use quite often are artificial sweeteners. The Lakanto is the best of them. They say that this is like the more natural. I don't know for sure. I have not done really a lot of research on that, but double check if you're one that doesn't like artificial sweeteners. My understanding is the Lakanto is the better kind to have. They have the brown sugar, equivalent of brown sugar, and then the regular. And then I also have Swerve. Swerve has brown sugar regular and also confectioner's sugar. Swerve has. I'm not sure if Lakanto has confectioner's sugar or not, but of course those are all 0 calories. Those are 0 as well. The other thing is Lily's baking chips. This is the butterscotch flavor. These are really good. I like to have these. I've done like a butterscotch pancake bake, but these are good just to have like if you are having kind of a sweet tooth. These are great. You can have 16 of these for 1 point. The serving size is 26 chips for 55 calories. So not bad. But if you're doing points, 16 for 1 point. Okay, next is one of my favorite. No, I'll save my favorite for last. The next thing I have is Maple Grove Farms sugar-free syrup. This is my absolute favorite syrup. The other syrup that I do like for sugar-free is Mrs. Butterworth's, but for that kind, it's a little bit higher in points. For this kind, you can have a whole quarter of a cup for 0. I think for a quarter a cup of Mrs. Butterworth's, it's 1 point. So counting calories for 2 tablespoons of this is 5 calories. So not too bad. And this is, it's really good. It's not, some of the sugar-free syrups I've had before are really thin, like they almost taste watered down, and this kind doesn't. This is really good. Okay, next I have Olive Garden light Italian dressing. This is my favorite kind of dressing to have. I use this on my salads. I use this, like cut up some cucumbers and have some cucumbers as a side dish for dinner for our vegetable. And also I use this to use it like as a marinade, like to marinate chicken and things like that. This is, you can have 2.5 tablespoons for 1 point. If you're just wanting 0 points worth, 3/4 of a tablespoon for 0. So that's usually what I have my cucumbers cut up. I just use the little mini cucumbers, and I usually just use the 0 points on that. One thing that I put in, I don't really eat soups a whole lot, but something, if you are a soup lover and you don't want to make your own homemade soup, this is really good. Progresso has quite a few light soups, and this is the chicken noodle kind. This is 130 calories for the entire can. If you're on points, you can have, the whole can is 3 points, but you can actually, for the whole can, it's 18.5 ounces. If you're on blue and purple, to make it just 2 points, it's 17 3/4 ounces. So you could just maybe dump out a noodle or something, and you could have the whole thing for 2 points. On green, it is 2 points for 15 2/3 gram. So basically, if you just have the whole entire thing, it's gonna be 3 points. All right, we are getting down to the last things. The next thing I have is ranch seasoning. This is really good. I like to just sprinkle this over some things, like maybe sprinkle over some potatoes. I usually make my own ranch sauce with this, so I just mix some sour cream with a little bit of this, and I use that, like drizzle it over vegetables, or use it, you know, kind of like a dip. This is, you can have 1.5 teaspoons for 0 points. If you're counting calories, it is, for a 1/4 teaspoon, it is 0 calories. But that's really good, has good flavor. The next thing I have is Ray's no sugar added barbecue sauce. This is really good. I used to use the G. Hughes kind until I had this, and I really like this kind. My favorite is the hickory. So for this kind, you can have, it's 0 points for 2 tablespoons. My favorite kind is the regular Sweet Baby Ray's. Sweet Baby Ray's is like 4 points, I think, for 2 tablespoons. So this kind, 0 points for 2 tablespoons. If you're counting calories, I think they're both the same. Yeah, 15 calories for 2 tablespoons. So very good to have for barbecue chicken or something. Finally, my favorite snack. Anybody who follows me knows I love my snack pack pudding. This is chocolate sugar-free pudding. Absolutely love these. These are 2 points for a container. I believe if you have 2 of them, it's 5 points. So my husband usually has 2 when he has these, but I only have 1. So I like to mix these with Ready Whip, which is one of my favorites. I don't have the Ready Whip with me today. I will put a picture of it. Everybody pretty much knows what Ready Whip is. So for the Ready Whip, if you're counting calories, it's only 5 calories for 2 tablespoons. If you are on points, you can have 14 tablespoons for 1 point. So what I usually do is take a cup of these and I mix it with the Ready Whip and with PB2. I love it mixed with those. It tastes so good. So PB2, if you're not familiar with PB2, this is basically powdered peanut butter, but you can actually make this, like mix it with water and make it into regular peanut butter to use on sandwiches. I never do that. I always use it dry. So there is the regular kind and there's the kind with cocoa, which is kind of like a chocolate peanut butter, a chocolate PB2. This is, if you are counting calories, it's 50 calories for 2 tablespoons of this one and 60 calories for 2 tablespoons of the original. So there is a little bit more sugar in the one with cocoa. Point-wise, it's 4 points. No, sorry. Point-wise, it is 0 points for 4 grams. So keep in mind that 2 tablespoons is 13 grams. But I always measure this in grams. For the regular, you can have 4 grams for 0, 13 grams for 1 point, which is usually the serving size that I have, or 20 grams for 2. The only difference with this one is for the 1 point, you can only have 12 grams. So basically about the same. So what I usually do is just mix this with 13 grams of this, which is quite a bit. And then also the Ready Whip. And I just mix it up and it is so good. My absolute favorite snack. And then if you really wanted to get really sweet, you could just add some baking chips with it. Hi everyone, I'm gonna pop in real quick with this little clip. I'm sitting here editing what I filmed and I wanted to mention about the PB2. So something I also do with the PB2 is mix it in with apples. So I cut up an apple, put it in like a little sandwich bag, and then I just dump some of the PB2 in that, shake it up, and it is such a good little snack. So just don't cut the apple up ahead of time because it's not going to be any good, but just cut up your apple, put it in a baggie, pour some of the PB2 on it and shake it up. It was a really, really good snack. The other thing was the Laughing Cow cheese. I also use that kind of like as a mayonnaise and cheese spread on like the wraps. So when I make my turkey wraps, I use that in place of mayonnaise, and that is really good. So just want to stick this clip in here and let you know that. So I think, oh, I've got one more. The last thing, popcorn. So this is a great snack to have. If you are on purple, this is 0 points. Popcorn is a whole grain, so it's 0 on purple. If you're on blue or green, you can have, it's 3 points for, what is it? 3 tablespoons unpopped. So basically I measure out 40 grams into the container. It says that the 3 tablespoons unpopped comes out to 7.5 cups popped. I don't know whether it really comes out to that much, but calories is 120 calories. So 3 points on blue and green, 120 calories for the 3 tablespoons unpopped, and 0 on purple. So what I usually do is this is what I use to cook mine in. This goes in the microwave. It's just a glass dish. I got this from Amazon. So I just pour the kernels into the top here and weigh it out, the 40 grams, and then you just dump it in there. You don't put any oil or anything in there. This is actually made so that you could melt butter in there, which I don't do. If I wasn't on weight loss journey, then I would definitely do that, but I don't. I use spray butter. So I just cook this right in the microwave. It's usually about 4 minutes in my microwave. Obviously everybody's microwave is different, but it just cooks up real nice in there. And then this is what I used to top it with. I spray it with some spray butter, and then I top it with this amazing white cheddar popcorn seasoning. This is so good. This you can have 2 teaspoons for 0 points. And I'm telling you, you won't use the whole 2 teaspoons on it. If you're counting calories, 1/4 of a teaspoon is 2 calories. So it's very low in calories and points, and it just really adds a nice flavor to the popcorn. And of course, you can eat your popcorn plain. So that is my 25 items. I feel like I rushed through those, but I knew this video was going to be long. I think I actually had more than 25 because like I have 2 different kinds of breads. I just counted that as 1 because it was the bread. Same with the potatoes. I think I just counted both the canned and the other potatoes as 1. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you have some suggestions of things that you use that are low point, low calories, please put them down in the comments below so that everybody can see them. I know this time of year, we have a lot of people that are getting on weight loss journeys and weight loss programs. And I remember when I first started, I was just overwhelmed with everything. So these type of videos really help me out. So if you've got some suggestions and ideas for some new people starting out, please put the comments down below, or even to let me know. There might be things that I don't even know of that are low point, low calories. So a lot of these items I've known from suggestions that you've had or watching other videos. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. I'm Kristi, and I'm planning us healthy.